Will David Eby's provincial housing plan solve the housing crisis in BC? In this video, we'll go over David Eby's provincial plan to address the housing crisis and a plan that he has to solve this issue. Axel Ziba here. I'm a Vancouver real estate broker. This is a sincere real estate chat about Vancouver real estate. If you find this information handy and informative, please hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to my channel as I put videos and content out there every week. I wanted to give a shout out to my new client, Jane, who actually came through my YouTube channel, Sincere Real Estate Chat, just like you watching my YouTube channel. Jane and her husband wanted to upgrade and practically upsize their living space, so they wanted me to sell their current unit in Kitsilano and possibly move to a bigger space such as a townhouse or half a duplex. Congratulations to you both, as I helped them selling their unit in a multiple offer situation in Kitsilano. And also last week, just a few days ago, we secured and removed the subject on their newly move into homes. If you have questions about Vancouver real estate or concerned about where to begin, or you want to know more about Vancouver real estate, give me a call or text, or simply go to the complimentary consultation link below and contact me. Oh gosh, did it just sound like a pitch to you? I hope not, because I hate to do a pitch. This is an organic way of me connecting to you. This is a sincere real estate chat, and it's a conversation between you and I. Hoping you find value into this conversation. And without further ado, let's get into the provincial or BC government plan to address the housing crisis. We're not going to cover all the points that they have put out there, but there are 4 points that I'd like to cover in this video. And I'm going to be reading through their PDF files. And the first one, which I really found effective and is a big one for me, is addressing the middle housing. The middle housing is something that is between the condo living and single family detached. For families that they cannot live in condo style homes and it's too small for them, and they cannot afford the price tag or skyrocketed price of a single family detached, there should be a medium ground. Now these homes could be row houses, it could be townhouses, half duplexes, triplexes, and in many newly cases, sixplexes. Having this middle housing, it's absolutely a problematic situation, specifically all over BC, but specifically in Vancouver itself, since Vancouver has 85% of its home zoned RS, or residential for single family detached. Let's go over the announcement right here. I'm going to read it out loud. So it says, this fall, we will introduce legislation that will apply to many areas of the province and will allow up to 4 units on a traditional single-family detached lot, or 3 depending on the size or type of the lot, with traditional density permitted in areas well served by transit. Now, of course, in City of Vancouver, some of the lots are about 4,026 as a subdivision, and when you go towards South Granville and Kerrisdale and more south toward that, maybe in Shaughnessy, it's more than 6,500 square foot. So the speculation is there's a possibility for those larger lots there could be a sixplex. What is our provincial government is doing right now is to hammering our municipality and putting their hands over their authority, letting them know that there is no if, it's when that you're going to do this, and I'm going to force you to do this plan, and they want this done. And this is a rare event when a provincial government wants to meddle in its municipal plan. But it's not a bad thing, and it also reduces cost and delays associated with the time incentive rezoning process. Now, many developers are afraid of this process from the City of Vancouver, and they know it's going to take forever. Now, the provincial government says that you need to reduce the timing and make it much easier for developer or homeowners to do the rezoning and plan for this. Going over, it also creates options for more people, including seniors, to stay in the same neighborhood. I'm a big fan of this. This is a great plan, and I think it's definitely gonna work. One of the biggest issues in Vancouver is lack of inventory, and that is what causing unaffordability and is not keeping up with buyers' demand. The other plan is to allow and making it more affordable for homeowners and more people to rent out their secondary suite. What does the province wide wants to do is to allow the secondary suite for every single family detached. That is an amazing situation, but the question comes in whether the existing suites that they are unpermitted right now, can they automatically turn into a legal suite? That is not the case. So that's not going to be happening, because turning an unpermitted suite into a legal suite, it needs a process which you have to go through approval of the fire department, making sure the suite is a fire safety hazard, it has enough access and entrances, enough space in terms of the ceiling height. So those are the things that needs to be done before a suite can be legal. Many buyers out there that take the risk of buying the unpermitted suite, willing to take upon the risk of having an unpermitted suite but to rent it out. Let me go through that and read you more. Beginning in early 2024, homeowners will be able to access forgivable loan of 50% of the cost of renovations up to maximum of $40,000 over the 5 years. Now, what does it mean? Over time, the loan can be forgiven if the homeowner meets all the conditions. So there is a caveat for homeowners, and the caveat is that they have to rent their home for less than the market value rent for a period of 5 years. By home, what I mean is their secondary suite. This is a province-wide program that is going to be piloted, and what it says that the pilot program is expected to be open to at least 3,000 homeowners for the first 3 years, and will quickly help create new rental housing units within the existing housing supply. This is a great program, and I'm very, very certain some patch of Vancouver, such as Vancouver East and some other neighborhoods, will definitely be part of this pilot program. The other plan is to introducing a flipping tax, and that's for buyers that they speculate and they want to sell and flip their home for a higher price or whatever their motivation is, less than 12 months. There is not much of information on this one, but I will update in the future videos as we go further. But if you have any question, please let me know and I can go over that with you, although I'm not a tax expert. And the fourth plan, or a fourth key plan that they have introduced, is to restricting more on Airbnb and short-term rental. Now, who among you believe that since Airbnb and short-term rental came into effect and it became an online access for many homeowners to rent out a partial or their entire units instead of a long-term into a short-term base, it had a big effect in rental skyrocketing prices? Who among you believe that? Let me know in the comments of what you think, and I definitely would love to hear your thoughts. As many of you know, I come from hospitality and hotel management background, and many of my network in hotel business, they really suffered during the pandemic in terms of financial basis. So what they're telling me now that the pandemic is over, they're facing their biggest challenge, and that is Airbnb. I certainly believe that most of this initiative by our provincial government and David Eby is stepping on the right foot and going the right direction. And I hope that's going to be making a big impact into Vancouver housing crisis that we're facing right now. And just to clear the mood in here, that I'm going to tell you the Vancouver pricing is not going to practically jump into a level that is crazy below what it is right now. And as a matter of fact, all prices is increasing year over year, and a healthy real estate market, it should do that, but in a very steady way that people can afford based on their income and the growth and inflation. What we're truly witnessing in current real estate market is the lack of inventory in existing homes, and it does not satisfy the amount of need of the buyers out there, and that's why there are still multiple offers. And despite of the whole situation that happened with the interest rate and hiking the interest rate, as soon as the Bank of Canada last week announced the hold on their competition again back into the market. That is an indication of lack of inventory. I hope the government can resolving it through rezoning and creating more affordability through creation of more units and housing. Thanks for watching this video, hoping you find it informative. If you have, please make sure you like the video and follow my channel for weekly videos as your questions turn into these videos on a weekly basis.